What's going on, everybody? This is Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com, coming with a look at the Holiday Bowl. Game 233, 234. USC takes on Iowa. Iowa 2-point favorite in this one. Total of 52. Over at BangTheBook.com, we got bowl previews for you on all of the bowl matchups that are remaining. So head on over there and check that out. Shortened week here on Bang the Book Radio with the holidays, but a full bowl show coming on Thursday with Brad Powers. Friday, Week 17 Super Contest thoughts, and the odds report with Brent from DSI Sportsbook. Make sure you check that out right here on our Bang the Book YouTube page or wherever you stream and download your podcast content. Once again, the Holiday Bowl here, USC and Iowa. Tough handicap in this game, I think, because you've got the more consistent team in Iowa with the better defense and probably the better coaching against a much more talented USC Trojans roster. So an interesting handicap out in San Diego for this one. You got to think, like I said, the coaching edge probably goes to Iowa with Clay Helton. Not a whole lot of believers in Clay Helton there at USC, but maybe now with his future cleared up a little bit, looks like he'll be the head guy for the foreseeable future. Maybe that helps Helton relax a little bit. Certainly helps Graham Harrell, who's one of the highest paid coordinators in college football now. He's done a phenomenal job this season with Keaton Slovis and a very talented cast of wide receivers. So a lot of little subplots to this game, and of course, much shorter travel for USC, staying out there on the West Coast. 4 losses this season for USC, but I wouldn't consider any of them bad. They lose at BYU in double overtime in Keaton Slovis's first road start. They lose at Washington. They lose at Notre Dame. And they did get blown out at home by Oregon, which isn't a very good look, but that was a strange game. Oregon, +4 in turnover margin. They had a lot of points and very little yardage in the third quarter of that game. So there's one where turnovers really did dictate pretty much everything that happened early on in that game, and USC trying to play catch-up after that point. USC 15th in yards per play offensively, but just 77th in yards per play on defense. So this has been an ongoing problem in LA over the last few years. USC has to fix this defense. Not sure how they do it. I don't know if it's hiring a better coordinator, something like that, but they really need to start developing some of these recruits that they're pulling in on the defensive side. Iowa's defense, on the other hand, has been fantastic. 4.75 yards per play allowed this season. However, there aren't a lot of comparables to this USC passing attack. The closest is probably Iowa State. Iowa gave up 7.7 yards per play in that game. Was a weird game, delayed by lightning a couple times, so that one was a little bit strange. But that's the closest comp to USC, given Iowa's Big Ten schedule. They didn't play Ohio State. They didn't play Indiana. Those were 2 of the better passing offenses in the conference. Did play Minnesota, did play Michigan and Penn State. So maybe you've got some data points there that you can take a look at. But when you look at this USC passing attack with Slovis, who threw for over 400 yards in each of the last 3 games, with St. Brown, McCoy, Pittman, Vaughns, a lot of great wide receiver talent there for USC. This is something that Iowa has not seen here so far this season. And Iowa's offense isn't great. 5.54 yards per play. Not bad, not great, not a lot of explosiveness. The big question in this game, can Iowa run on USC? Can they keep the football away from that potent Trojans offense? And how do they do in pass coverage? Because that's something that's going to be another big key to this game. And for USC, are they able to stay sharp with that passing offense with this long layoff? So all that factored into the equation, all that considered with the coaching, potential mismatch and all that, it's still USC for me. My power ratings have USC -2 on a neutral. Give them a point for staying on the West Coast. Should have maybe a little bit of a crowd edge here in this one. If they don't, should be a pretty neutral setting in San Diego. So my power rating line with a home field adjustment is USC -3. Line out there, USC +2. So I've got an overlay here in this one. Wrong team favored. Highest total for a game in an Iowa matchup so far this season with that total of 52, which would imply that USC probably does have some offensive success. Maybe Iowa does as well. But if this becomes a higher scoring game, I don't think Iowa can keep up. So it's USC +2 here for me in the Holiday Bowl. I'm Adam Burke for BangTheBook.com.